this is definitely something I would need to be in the classroom with because I decided to go the small group route. Um, so basically, I would get um, my students together. So I would do 5 students, and I'd be sitting at a group table with them, and I would assign um, a passage. So here's a similar passage that I would do. Um, I would tell them that we're going to go through and read the sentences, our warm up. So yeah, I guess so. Our warm up is going to be reading this sentence, reading these couple sentences, these passages, and I will assign a passage to each of you, and I want you to practice reading it. So read it over and over again until you feel confident enough to read it out loud to the group. So once you're done, let me know, and then we will move on from there. So they would then read the passages, and I would think it would 2 to 3 minutes to kind of practice. So then I would say, okay, you go ahead and read your passage, and then the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and so on. So they would all read it, and then I would say, okay, students, now I want you to go through your passage, and I will hand them a highlighter, and I want you to highlight every two syllables or more words. So any word that has 2 syllables or more, I want you to go through and highlight them. So reread it again and go through and highlight. So then hopefully that would take 2 or 3 minutes, and then I would tell them, okay, please read the 2 syllable words, and we'll go through and they will read the passage and let us know when there's a 2 syllable word. So they gave us all the words. Then we'll go through till the passage is through again, because we'll finish the whole thing with it divided up for them to read. So then they will all do that. And then we will practice writing these we will practice and I'll let them know that we will. Yes, okay, sorry, I was reading it. So then we will go through and we will practice, and I will ask how they found those syllables, and then we will all not sound them out together, but maybe clap it out. So how many syllables they are, and I will go through and ask them about comprehension and their fluency, and really dig in deep to this subject. This is kind of hard to teach into the computer because I have no students, but it's mostly they're doing the work. So my whole goal is to kind of have them, I'm just facilitating and asking the questions. And then I'd like them to also have discussions about how we found the 2 syllables or 3 syllables, why a word has that many, sounding it out. Yeah, exactly. So that's how I would do it. And I would finish with asking them how they felt about it. We dig in really deep and see, this direct instruction will be very helpful for them because I'll be right there answering every question. And I think at some point will have them share in partners so they're communicating with each other even more. Yeah, so that's how I would teach it. I think it's really important for me to make sure they're comfortable with it. So I think that's why I wanted to do my last one on these small groups, because talking to them face to face, just a few at a time instead of 20 or 30 or however many students I'll have, I'm getting one-on-one time pretty much, and they can ask me questions and they can not know something, and it's okay. It's not embarrassing. We're all just talking. And that's why I really like giving, instead of popcorn reading, giving them the opportunity to read this, to practice the sentence. They know their sentence, they're going to feel confident, and they don't need to read it until they do feel good enough that they can read it to us in the beginning. So yeah, that's how I would go through a guided reading session with my students. Thank you.